Hello, everyone, and a very warm good morning to all of you. Welcome to Season of Agents, a virtual event dedicated to exploring the dynamic world of intelligent agents, automation, and the future of AI powered productivity. Today, I am joined by Krunal Trivedi, sir. He is a certified Microsoft trainer, and he'll be giving a session on uh, Microsoft agents. Basically, on the topic build applications with GitHub Copilot agent mode. Handing over the session control to you, sir. You can carry on.
Thank you so much, Sudhanshu. Hey, good morning, everyone. I welcome you all for our today's session. I am Krunal Trivedi. I am Microsoft Certified Trainer, India Community Lead. I am also Microsoft Azure and AI MVP. I welcome you all for today's session. Before we go ahead, you can check it out. My LinkedIn profile, it's here. You have the QR code also. I published a book on AI 900, which is also available on Amazon, and you find my email address as well as the GitHub details also. Thank you so much again for joining this session. Let's take a look on the agenda of today's session. So we are going to understand what are GitHub Copilot modes. As you all are aware of what is GitHub Copilot, we are not going to dig into what is GitHub Copilot, but we are going to discuss various modes of GitHub Copilot. And then we are going to talk about GitHub Copilot agent mode in detail, followed by a demo. We'll understand what we can do with GitHub Copilot and how we can utilize it in our application. So first of all, let's start understanding GitHub Copilot modes. So in GitHub Copilot, we have three modes: ask mode, edit mode, and agent mode. As we all know that GitHub Copilot is a AI powered software, AI powered application which enables you to write your code efficiently to helps you to find out the bug, clear your questions during the programming. It's like your autonomous pair programmer, right? And here, when we talk about GitHub Copilot, initially we had two modes: ask mode and edit mode. But in 2025, we have the new mode launch, which is under preview, that is agent mode. So, what is ask mode? So, with the help of ask mode, we can interact with Copilot to get the code suggestions or examples. So, when we are writing the code in any of our favorite editor, we can open GitHub Copilot chat panel. We can shoot out a question. For example, hey, can you go to this particular file and explain me this code block? Or can you tell me what all commands are there to list out the directories or list out the current Angular CLI commands? Can you list out current PowerShell commandlets? Blah blah blah. So you can ask the questions over there, and it explain you. That is what the ask mode. The second mode is edit mode, which provides specific prompt to make targeted code edit. So you can ask your GitHub Copilot agent, say, can you modify the particular code block? Can you change the style sheet? Can you change the button class of the style sheet and change the color from green to blue? And it will do the necessary edit. But again, once it does the edit, its power is in your hand. Either you can accept it, you can reject it. And that is what the edit mode. And third one is the agent mode, which allows Copilot to autonomously perform multi-step coding task. Our today's session is on about agent mode. When we say multi-step coding task, so here it is like your buddy. It is like your fellow programmer, which who sits next to you. He has understanding of your application. He knows what is your project structure is there. And now, if you ask him to perform a certain task, it has, for example, say, can you create the test case and run the test case? So first, it will install testing specific libraries. It will create directory. It will create test cases. It will run the test cases. So it is like multi-step coding task. It can perform. That is what the agent mode, which is again, as I mentioned, under the preview mode as of now. Now, again, if we discuss about the ask mode, so what is the functionality of it? So it engage in conversational interface to ask questions. We can get quick code snippets. We can ask him to explain the code block and some general queries we can shoot out over there. Here we have high user control as it is not going to modify anything directly to your code base, right? It just question and survey. When we work with edit mode, it will give you a commands. It will execute the command. It will execute the code snippet. It will refactor your code. It will add a new function. It will modify your existing logic, change the style sheet, create the button, create the menu. I mean, it is going to create the code block. Again, here you need to accept it and you need to reject it. So that is what user control is moderate. And the last one, which is the new one, is the agent mode. Here it autonomously plans and execute tasks based on your prompt. Again, as here you can see, I have mentioned high level prompts. When we talk about high level prompt, that means you can be specific, but again, if you are not being specific, still it would be able to perform it. For example, create a directory and it will create the directory. But you can also tell that create a directory named static inside source folder. So it will create the directory name static inside the source folder. So you can be specific, you can be vague, but it will perform the task autonomously on behalf of you. We can use it to add the new functionality, even to create the application from the scratch, to modify the application, fix bugs, and to understand the complex factors. It is like, when you work with ask mode, it is generic. When you work with agent mode, it is specific to your application. It is aware of your application structure. It is aware of your application context. And then it gives you suggestions that you can accept, that you can continue, you can reject, you can cancel, like that. Here we have lower user control because it is autonomous, right? And it works repeatedly, iteratively. We'll discuss about it. We'll see the practical when we work on it. So as I mentioned, right, that Copilot agent mode is the next evaluation of AI assisted development. It is an autonomous peer programmer capable of performing multi-step coding tasks at your command. It analyzes your code base. It has the context of your code base. It is not the generic. It performs the task in context of your project structure, project domain, right? It reads relevant files, propose file edits, run terminal commands, and create the test cases for you. This agent mode iterates on its own code, recognizing errors and fixing them automatically. For example, you fire particular command, it will give you some output, but then it will understand, okay, this output is not the expected output. It will suggest few more changes. You accept it, it will do it. So it iterates on its own code block. But one thing to keep in mind, as of now, it is in preview mode. If you want to work it with VS Code, you need to install VS Code Insiders Edition. Now, what is VS Code Insiders? So, VS Code Insiders is the VS Code version having latest features. They might not be stable, but if you are an early adopter of any software, you can go for VS Code Insider. Again, you can have both the normal VS Code and VS Code Insider in your single machine. The normal VS Code icon is blue, the VS Code Insiders icon is green. And yes, it is just the early adoption of the latest features, where you get the latest features. Here we do not have to select between latest and stable. It is all latest. What we are going to see in this session is we'll understand how to develop application with VS Code ID with Insider version with the help of GitHub Copilot agent mode. We'll see various prompts to create an application, to refactor the code, fix errors, develop new features. That's what we are going to see. But before we jump into the code, let us take a look on the various features of Copilot agent mode. As we mentioned, it supports autonomous operations. So Copilot agent mode operates in more autonomous and dynamic manner to achieve the desired outcome. It provides multi-step tasks, so it can perform task 1, for example, creating an application from scratch. Then task 2, installing required packages. Then task 3, run the application. And task 4, open the application in the browser. So this is what it performs multi-step task. It utilizes tool for the task completion. It's having the specific tools for editing the files, running terminal commands, and this tool runs in parallels. It provides iterations and self-healing. That means, like, when you execute a particular command and you get an error, it will recognize the error automatically and it will try to resolve that error. That is what the self-healing. Here we have full user control. It's like when it modifies something, it will prompt you whether you want to keep the change, you want to undo the change, you want to continue with the next command, you want to add the command in the terminal, you want to modify the command and execute by yourself. So here we have full user control and we can review it, what it's going to do. Here we have option of context management. So for example, I have three pages. Now understand, first page is my parent component, second page is my child component, and third page is my style sheet. So I can ask my Copilot agent mode that you have to take all these three pages in context and then do modification. So as a result, what happens? It will change something in the CSS file, it will change something in the child component and add that reference to the parent component. So it has understanding of the project architecture, project structure. We have the power to undo and redo the changes. We can also interrupt the request. But again, the limitation is what? Limitation is it's not uh, free. I mean, we have certain limits over there, certain minutes, right? But after those minutes, probably, and after certain request response, we have to go for the premium mode, right? The second thing is what? It might take longer to get a response due to multiple steps, and it can be more deterministic than the edit mode. Also, it may, as I mentioned, quickly use up your free Copilot quota as it may send multiple requests over there. It is currently in the preview and working with only VS Code insiders. So with this, let us see the demo now. So here you can see I'm in this VS Code insiders editor and I can show you I have this VS Code, which is the normal version. This is the VS Code Insiders. Even you can just Google out VS Code Insiders. You can download these VS Code Insiders. I am already here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open some existing project, or let me do one thing. Let me create the new uh, create the new folder. Okay, it's coming to the screen. So, and the name is, this is GitHub agent mode demo. And I'm going to open that project here, that folder here. So I'm just going to open the folder from the desktop, GitHub agent mode demo. And it is open here. Now, If you see here, I have this GitHub Copilot icon. I just go and I open the chat. Now, when I open it, here you can see we have this chat window, but here we have these three options: ask mode, edit mode, and agent mode. So either we can go for ask mode, we can go for edit mode, and we can go for agent mode. But we are not going to discuss ask and edit in this demo. We are going to discuss agent mode. So I'm going to select agent mode. So here now agent mode is enabled. We have option to select the LLM model like GPT-4, 4.1, Gemini, Cloud, etc. It's up to you. And again, you can experiment with various models and the same prompt to understand. Again, this would be the NLP prompt. So I'm just going with GPT-4o. Now I'm just going to shoot out a question. So what I'm going to do is uh, I'm going to take the prompt, and if we look at the prompt here, so the prompt says, let me zoom it for your understand better view. So here if you see the prompt is create an app using React 18. So I'm going to create a React 18 based application, create it in the D drive and name the application. So I'm just going to change the name Hello React with Hello React with, I just change it to React with agent mode. So now the application name is React with agent mode, and I'm just going to shoot out the prompt. So now just see what steps it performs. As we discussed, is a multi-step thing. We have the full control. So if you see here, it says generating a plan to create the new workspace, getting set up informations. It's going to execute this command, but you have the control. When you click on continue, the command would be executed. The command is create application and blah blah blah. So I just click on continue. It says you want to proceed. I say yes. But it says we do not have this D drive here because we are in the path of the C drive on the desktop. So now look at this thing. This is what iteration as well as self-healing. So it says, okay, we need to execute this command also. We have to change the directory also. So purposefully I give that command so I can show you self-healing. It understands the process, it understands your current folder structure, what would be the new targeted folder, what command it has to perform. This is what iterative task, self-healing, power is in your hand. So I just click on continue. But we cannot do it. Why we cannot do it? Because the command is wrong. So you can see now, as it says, the command is wrong. No worries. It says, it seems that AND operator is not supported in your PowerShell environment. I adjust the command to work correctly. It gives me the new command. This is what the second or third iteration now. And I click on continue. And now it's doing, see, it's done. And now it says the application is created. It says now you want to do npm install. This is the fourth thing. I say yes, continue. So it performs two commands. It changed the directory to D drive and that newly created application, and now it's installing the package. So you can see it's iterative process, self-healing. It's not vague, it's not generic, it is specific to your context. It's done. And now say you want to run this command in the background terminal. I say yes, run this command also. But now say no, this is not happening. Meaning you can access your app by navigating to the URL. But now what I'm going to do, first of all, I want to check whether the application is created or not. So here I just go to the application name, that is GitHub agent mode, React with agent mode. Okay. As in my D drive and React with agent mode, and I just select that folder. And yes, the application is open here. I have the basic React application is created. And again, if I go to the agent mode, I just change it to agent mode. The application is there. Now, what I want to do is I just want to see first what it has created. So here you can see, first of all, in the source file, we have this app.jsx and we have a simple current logic over there. I want to remove this logic. So again, I'm going to put a new prompt and I just say remove app.js file and I execute it. It says yes, continue. And yes, the app.js is removed. We do not have app.js here. I just close it. This is what app.js is removed here. And now I say create the new file named app.js inside source directory. Create a simple sign-in component with email and password. And I want it as a functional component of React. I mean, if you are not aware of React, it's fine, but I am just taking an example of React here. So here you can see now, it says create the new file named app.js inside source directory, create a simple sign-in component with email and password. I want it as a functional component. So now let me execute it. And yes, it has created it. It has created a new functional component way. Component name is signing and it's using useState, React hooks. It's having email password. We have the option to keep it and undo. I just click on keep and that's what is there with us. Now again, let us see. I want to run the application. So I'm just going to paste the new prompt here and say run the application. Say yes, npm start. But it says it's missing the script. Mm. So what I can do now, I'm just going to paste the same command. I'm just going to paste the same code here and see what it says. npm run, npm run dev is self-iterating. It is hosted on the particular port number. Let me open the port number. And when I open the port number, here you can see again I get some applications. Does the file exist? It knows something is not working properly. No worries. We'll give the same thing to my agent here. Let it figure it out. It has done some changes and hosted on port number. Still it's not working. Invalid JS syntax. If you are in JSX, make sure to file the name with JSX. So I think here we have app.js. So I will just ask him, okay, that this is the wrong thing. So let me ask him a file with JSX. It's using two references, is renaming it. Now it is running. No, still it's not working. Main.jsx is having some error. Let's see. Okay, so here this is the issue. Right, so now the file name is JSX. I just have to keep it. But I think I have to go to app.jsx here. Let's save it. And yes, with this you can see the application is up and running. It has created this application, right? So ultimately here you can see it has created this app.js JSX. In the main JSX they are calling the app component and it's working fine. But still we can further customize it. We can see what else we can do with this thing. So I do not have, I have app CSS. Okay, fine. So I just say um, refactor the app CSS. And here if you see, this is the blue button. Refactor the app CSS FJSX file. I want to refer it and highlight the button as a purple button. So now let's see what it does. It has modified it. This is the highlighted code that it has modified. It has changed the background color to purple here. And it's asking me whether I want, it's still going on. Yeah. Whether I have to keep it, continue. And I also keep it. And if you see it now, and the button is purple. See? That's what it has created here. Now I also want to create one more button. So I say create a theme button on top right corner of the page, which toggle the theme between light and dark mode. So again, I just go here. What I ask you to understand is it is autonomous. We are just giving NLP prompt. We have the control. It modifies the file and they say you want to keep, you want to undo it. It gives you the command and say you want to continue or you don't want to continue. It self heals when it says it sees there is some error. It reiterate. It is iterative. So this is what your GitHub Copilot agent mode. And I just say okay. So now the prompt is create a toggle theme button on top right corner of the page, which toggle the theme between light and dark mode. It has done it. Body light, body dark, two classes it has created. It says here what it has done. You can even understand it. It has modified AppCSS, main JSX, added 31 line in AppJSX, removed one line from AppJSX, added 10 line in AppCSS. We say yes, keep it and continue. And now if we see here, I have this toggle theme, but light and dark mode is still not happening. So something is we need to see. Okay, I checked, but the theme is not toggling. Let it modify it. Even it's giving you the explanation that the issue is that the theme class is being applied to the div element, but the body element is not being updated. So now it is updating it. I just click on continue. Let me see what we have now. And see the theme is getting changed. I just keep these files. So this is what. But just see the speed. Look at the functionality, features what you are getting. It's really amazing, right? Now I just say I want to update the app with modern onboarding flow component. I will also say create a directory called onboarding flow, move the onboarding component into that directory, create onboarding component.css file, give it extraordinary look and feel. So I'm giving three tasks here. Task one is what? Update the app with modern onboarding flow component, create directory called onboarding flow, move the onboarding component into that directory, also create CSS file, and I just say make sure that onboarding flow is a child component of app.js, create it in the different file and refer it in the app component. So here you can see I have provided three tasks. Update the app with this new component. Second, it has to create the new directory and create the component to that directory. Third, it has to create the CSS file and some extra instruction I have given. Let me execute it. Yes, it's creating a new directory within the source directory. See, I have the power continue. The directory is created here. Now, second task is getting executed. Created JSX, created CSS, and now it's asking us to run. It's not visible somehow. We have to see what went wrong. Okay, we need to keep it first. That no, nothing is visible. Now it's visible. See, this was my initial sign-in component. This is the welcome to the onboarding flow component. I just created onboarding flow and I just asked this to give extraordinary look and feel. So this is what the next. Tell us about yourself. Next, you're all set. Enjoy the app. This is what it has created. Right. So I'm just going to show what else we can do it here. Right. We can ask him to add the navigation. We can set the navigation link over there. Lot of things we can do here. Now one more thing I want to show you is I just go here and here first of all let me remove the file. I just want to show you the concept of context. Here we have this option called add context. Also, you can drag and drop a particular file into this context area. We have the speech assistance also. Let's see, I just click on start voice. I say, can you create a new directory called static? Create a new directory name it static. Yes, so this is what the speech is also working. But for that you need VS Code speech assistance extension installed. Just click on continue and here you can see it has created a new directory called static. Okay. Now here I just click on add context and I just say app.js, main.jsx and app.css. These three files are related. So I just select app.css. Again I add a context. I just select app.js and again I add a context in main.jsx. I don't want this one. Disable the current file. Okay. Now I just say read the context file context and modify them to change the look and feel and need some vibrant colors. So now it will take a reference of all these three files and do the changes. So this way we can add the references. We can add context. So it says used three references and they have done some changes. When they do the changes, you can see we get to see this icon over there. App CSS. I just click on keep. I just click on continue. And now to see what we get here, it's added some vibrant color. Theme is still working there. You can give the prompt, it will do everything for you. Now the last thing what I say, create a directory called testing and create unit test cases for all the components. Second task is create a directory called frontend and move the components to the frontend directory. I just give this prompt. So again, I forgot to show there's a create a directory called testing, create unit test cases for all the components, create directory called frontend, move the components into frontend directory. It's timeout because I actually zoom it. That's why. Yes, continue. It has created a testing directory here. Task 1 is done. It has created a front end directory here. Front end is done. Now it's going to execute this command. Say continue. So it has executed those command. So now I have front end directory where I have onboarding flow component, app.js, everything is here within this front end. Now created app test, created onboarding flow component test. Let's see what it does. It's done. So now if I go to testing, I have app test JSX, onboarding flow component, I have this is also there. Now let me fire a command, say run the test cases. Yes, continue it. It says missing script command, missing script, and I can give this error itself directly. Let's try again. Let's see what happens. It has added something in the package.json also. You can see it read the package.json file and added two lines in the package.json file. Now it's installing this package in the dev dependency section. It's installed. And now it says npm test, continue. It will not work probably. Yeah. Now there are some changes. So here you can see tests are created, two test cases are failed. Right? Two test cases are failed. But in our case, this is also working. And why? Because so these two test cases are failed. That's what they are saying here. Test files to fail, test no test. No. So test cases are not executed at all. Again, we can give this. So, okay, so these are the failed test suits, right? And again, we can give the same thing to our copilot and let it figure it out. But this way, we can take on help and we can just do our code very swiftly. It's having some missing libraries, naming convention, it has to change, import statement, it has to change. So it will do it eventually, right? But we have to take it, we have to give it as a prompt. See, it's installing few more packages. Even the thing is what we are giving the vague prompt, we can just put it like scan the entire application, refactor it whenever it is required. This way we can be more specific. Even if we know what all libraries are needed, we can just give them specific dependency with the particular version. Now the error is in onboarding component. This test is not defined. That's what. So if I go to onboarding component test, here we have used test, but it's the same test is not defined. But again, we can give it to this and they can modify it further. Right. So the thing is what this way when we it can just help you out to execute it. Let us do the final last prompt here and see what it does and how it modify it. And I can just press Q here first. Okay. So request timeouts are coming. Now it's doing it, it's modifying it. See, it has imported describing it from whitest. So if we give the more specific commands, the same thing, the prompting concept, more accurate command, more accurate output we'll get. Still working. And I just click on continue and just click on keep also. Still there is something is missing, like document is not defined. I think I need to keep on keep, but yeah. Two test cases are failed and it says document is not defined in onboarding test.js file. So here somewhere they are using the document which is not defined. But I know, I mean, I hope we understand how all these things works, right? It's evolving and now my two test cases are there. Both are failing, that's fine. But is there is working fine over there, right? So this is what your GitHub Copilot with agent mode. I hope you understand it, how it works, what is context, self-healing, iterations, multitask, right? And it's also support the speech. Currently, it is available in the preview mode. So while it would be in the stable mode, we are expecting more accurate and some new functionalities also. So with this, we'll wrap up our session here. Thank you so much for joining in.